What up, it's SG.
And it's boy Kanu.
Seven Chambers back at it.
Yeah.
And basically, this anime season?
Yep. So this episode, we're just going to be talking about winter 2021 anime, all of our favorite shows, what we liked about them, what we didn't like, what we did watch, what we didn't watch, stuff like that. So just overall review of the season.
Yeah, I'm going to let you know right now, I looked at a few compared to, like, the multitude of stuff that came out. So, I mean, there's stuff that interests me more than others, because I am pretty specific in terms of the stuff I watch. But I'm going to have quite a bit to say, though.
Yeah, I mean, the winter season was stacked with, like, a bunch of really good shows. So I could totally understand not getting to all of them, because I definitely did not get to all of them. But the ones that I did get to, we can talk about.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I guess we can start off with, what do you want to start with?
You know what? Since we started off with ReZero in the earlier episodes, you want to just finish that off real quick as far as, like, what's going on now?
Yeah, sure. I forgot what the last point we made was, but
I think it was through, like, Amelia, like, getting more useful throughout.
Finally becoming useful, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, wow, yeah.
Because we basically get a whole, like, I think we already talked about the whole flashback, backstory for that they did for the trial.
Yep.
I believe that went on too. Then also, while that was going on, I think Super had other plans as far as, like, doing something about the whole mansion incident.
Yeah.
Because basically, I don't know, there was, like, steps involved in this, obviously, but it took him quite a while for these steps to actually get to the point of getting to the mansion and, actually doing something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, he had to win over Garfield.
Which was a lot easier than, you would think.
Yeah, because he did his own trial, too.
Mm-hmm.
And, that was pretty pleasing there to just see what all went on in his backstory, or at least a bit of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it was hinted towards in the first half of the season, and was a mystery. Why is Garfield so angry?
Yeah, basically because of how he sees himself, or why his mother, like, sent him and his sister away. Mm-hmm. Although he perceived it as one way, is basically him not being a good enough child.
Yeah.
Versus the real reason why she gave them away. Which I kind of forgot about.
Okay, so yeah, she never actually intended to leave them there forever. But she was going to go find their father.
Okay.
And she died along the way.
Oh.
So her intention was to bring the family back together. But she knew it was going to be too dangerous for them because they were kids. So she left them and was like, all right, I'm going to... And died fairly soon after. I think it was like a landslide as she was leaving the forest.
Damn. That wasn't even that far. That's got to be like a day or something, man.
Yeah, so it's just like, yikes.
Jesus.
And the thing is, Garfield knew that, but he, I guess, was denying it for so long because he wanted, like you're saying, he just wanted the excuse to hate her for not being there. It was just like, I want to feel like it's like, I'm going to be the bad guy, because if I'm the bad guy, that justifies the action that you did.
Yeah, which, again, I guess it's a form of like denial, but it's kind of odd as far as, like, the reasoning for it.
It's a very twisted kind of logic that's, I guess, interesting.
Yeah, that's more psychological, like, stuff going on there, but
Yes, ReZero has some complex points.
Yeah, and which I'm not gonna get into all of them, but yeah, basically back to the mansion thing. You know, basically Subaru won Garfield over, and so I think it was him. He got back. He got Garfield over there. I'm not sure about Ram. Ram was doing her own thing
Yeah,
because
no,
of
Ram was with
Roswell.
yeah, with Roswell and Puck.
Yeah,
And Amelia was taking the trial.
yeah. Maybe it was
And
taken.
Subaru, Garfield, and
I'm pretty sure there was someone else.
yeah,
there?
the guy that can talk to animals.
Oh, Otto was there?
Yeah, Otto was there.
Oh,
He went.
okay.
Remember they're running around in the mansion when it's on fire? Subaru's stupid idea to light the mansion on fire.
Oh, right. Yeah, he was there. I guess it was just those three, and then plus Frederica was there. So
Yeah.
as soon as they found they had some actual help there,
Yeah.
they actually actually got something going. And
Yeah.
I think we talked about the Garfield fight too. I think.
Garfield versus that vampire chick. She's not an actual vampire, but she's an assassin.
Yeah, they call it the Bowel Collector or some shit.
Yeah, some shit from season 1. Amazing fight. She has regenerative abilities, so very hard to take down. But Garfield is just that strong.
Yeah, because he endured pretty much all of that. Pretty much all of that. What? I don't know. It's kind of equal though, but she could heal, but he can't. But he just has more endurance. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I just like how it was animated and stuff. It was a pretty good fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And she does, I guess, die in the end, right? I don't know. She sustained enough damage to it would have taken her a while to regenerate, and then he crushed her, and the mansion kind of burned down on top of her. So I really don't know if she survived that. She could have technically, I guess.
Yeah, she could have.
I don't know. We'll see in the future, maybe.
Maybe she'll make a comeback. I don't know. Hopefully not. She survived for too long.
I am, as much as I was complaining about the early part of this second half of the second season for ReZero, I feel like the back half where things are actually happening, the plot's moving, I like that a lot more.
Okay. Do you seem like it's a equal payoff?
I'll say yeah. Because the moments that we got, at least the Betty moment, I really liked. Mm-hmm. So, that kind of put it back up there for me.
Oh, okay.
That and Amelia actually being useful is very satisfying to see.
Yeah, in her own way. I mean, it's not like she's as strong as the other people, but she got some stuff done, I guess verbally.
I like she's making changes.
Yeah.
Garfield is less annoying.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I found him too annoying.
I found him very annoying. He's like a tsundere in the first half.
I don't know.
But not okay. Maybe there's a lot of soon, but not much dairy, if that makes sense. He's just kind of angry.
Yeah, no. If anything, because I think it was voiced by the same voice actor as Bakugo from My Hero Academia.
I find him annoying as well.
Annoying, yeah, but I still like his character.
I disagree.
Well, we're going to talk about that some other time, or maybe this episode.
Okay.
But, yeah, I guess that's... Well, I've never been that much annoyed with him, though, with Garfield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that went on... As far as freeing the people from the sanctuary part,
that was pretty good.
Yeah, because what it involved, I think it involved I forgot the pink-haired little 400-year-old girl's name.
Yeah.
And that was with Beatrice and Roswald.
Yeah. That one. Definitely forgot her name too. But really nice emotional scene there. She's dying, all her clones or whatever, and yeah.
Yeah, basically they had to go back and
And what do they do with all those clones? Do they just run around the world now? I don't know. Like, what happens with them?
that I'm not sure about. Again, I'll have to look back at that scene. I don't know. It seems to me like they just kind of.
Yeah, we watched this like maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I like I can't.
Yeah, back when the season was actually ending. Last season was ending.
Yeah.
So that was some weeks back. So
Yeah, so we're just pulling up old memories.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, they got that settled and all. As far as like Roswell's whole
Apology like scene.
yeah, he seems as though like he wants to turn over a new leaf.
I mean, he actually has to. Because he has the what is it, like a seal or
Oh yeah, like some kind of
some magic thing.
yeah, basically like some kind of like contract that forbids him from like doing this certain thing.
Yeah, like he can't harm them, I think it is, or go against them, something like that.
Something around that line.
Yeah, something like that. So that's a great way to make a character a villain and then make him not one.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have no problems with that at all.
Yeah.
It ain't the best way, but you know, they did it.
It's a little forced, but it's all right. Yeah.
They did it well. They did it well.
Amelia being innocent, they love to remind you how innocent she is. She thinks she's pregnant because Subaru kissed her. Oh my gosh.
Well, you could.
That
Well,
was so cute.
I guess nobody ever told her about intercourse, but
Yeah, what did Puck do? Then also, she makes Roswell say sorry, like literally say the words, "I'm sorry." And it was adorable because, like, okay.
yeah, out of all the things that people like were like putting him like pretty much putting him like for
Like, he was explaining his motivations,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
were, talking about how they felt about, him doing these things and how it's fucked up and I'll never trust you and all that other stuff. And then he's like, well, I did it because reasons and I will make up for it. But he didn't say the words, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, which was what pissed Amelia off.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Because she's so...
And she still has a sort of child mindset.
Yeah.
Her motives are adult-like, but her like mindset like still currently is like that
I
of a
think she
child.
just needs to be exposed to the world a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah, but that'll take
Like,
some
kind of
time.
like Subaru.
Yeah, true. Well, true, because there are some other girls out there. Come on.
Yes, there's so many other ones. Like, ones that will literally die for you and support you. And
Yes.
stick around after you say, "No, I'm not interested in you."
No.
I'm talking about Rem.
Oh yeah, that's true. Again, like he still cares about her, but just not as much as Amelia for some reason.
Because Amelia is his fetish and Rem is not.
Like I said, for some reason.
Okay, but yeah, alright. That was ReZero.
Yeah.
Really good. I'm not going to tell you my rating on it, but I enjoyed it. And I probably wouldn't watch again, but I would recommend to other people. It's a good series, has a lot of nice stuff in it.
Yeah. I don't know. This season was not. I wouldn't say I wouldn't watch it again, but
I'm probably not watching it again.
I don't know. It'll be a bit of a drag in terms of like the shorter series that are
I
like
might skip episodes and maybe watch scenes that I would like, but like you're saying, like the pacing.
yeah,
Can't do it again.
yeah. It's something to at least get used to on. Well, at least for that season. I'm not sure how they're going to do it for any other ones, but yeah, no. I think the pacing is like the biggest problem with that.
Yeah.
If not Amelia, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. So what else? Okay. Here's a show I watched. I binged the quintessential quintuplets, and it's pretty good. It's very funny, characters are super. What's the word? I'm endeared to all of them. Like, they're all very cool and
I'm
live. I don't know.
Okay, I'm assuming they, like, again, in their own way, they have, like, attributes that, you know, that you enjoy about them.
Yes, exactly. So out of the 5 of them, there are 3 that I wouldn't mind seeing the main character end up with. And one that's very obvious that he's going to end up with, and she's not one of the 3 that I like. But,
Okay.
and the other one is a tsundere. But, like, she's kind of, you know...
She's okay?
Yeah, she's okay.
Okay. I don't know, as far as, yeah, no, I've heard, like, some stuff about, or at least heard a little bit about this series.
Do you know the premise?
The premise, no.
Okay, I got you. So, there's a guy. He's really smart, very studious. He aces all of his tests with 100% every time because he studies so hard. That's his thing. He's also kind of money grubby. Like he's very like he thinks about making money all the time. That's
Mr. Krabs type mindset.
Kind of Mr. Krabs, kind of really cheap, but you know what? So
I don't blame him.
yeah. So he gets this job as a tutor, and it's tutoring these rich girls. And there's 5 of them. They're quintuplets. Obviously, they all look the same, except for their hairstyles. You'll be able to tell through their hairstyles, and some of their mannerisms are different. But obviously, you know, they can act. A lot of times they switch places, and they're like, you know, kind of get people by being like, "Oh yeah, I'm my sister," and it's not them.
Okay.
Telling them apart is apparently impossible for him to do at this point. Outside of, like, physically looking at them, he can't tell very well. And especially if they're acting like the other one, he might not be able to tell. So that's an aspect that's an interesting part of the story. Yeah, no, but I just want to say this really quick. Miku, kind of sad, introverted, very nice. Like a Hinata type character.
Okay.
Think she's everyone's favorite, and you know, in the second season she gets some moments where it's like she's actually making progress because she doesn't normally go out of her way to be proactive in trying to get the main character, who's their tutor. But my favorite is Ichika, and she's like the big sister type. Interesting because they're all the same age, but she's kind of the big sister type.
I mean, you'll always have one of those if you have siblings.
Yeah. And she's my favorite, but she does some fucked up stuff in the second season. I didn't understand why no one liked Ichika. Then, like, I watched the episodes and I was like, oh, I get it. But, like, I still like her the most, so...
What kind of fucked up we talking about?
I mean, they all know that they are all in love with the main character, and she pretended to be one of her sisters to lessen the chances of him getting with her, with the sister, and kind of increase the chances of getting with.
Okay. So on, like, Naruto episode 3, got it. When it's like basically when they're like Team 7 was first formed, they're supposed to get to know each other.
Oh yeah, Naruto turned into Sasuke. Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah,
tried to make him a jerk.
Well, she didn't try to make her sister a jerk, but she just she was like, she never like completely confessed to the main character. This is spoilers abound. Spoilers this whole episode because I don't care.
Yeah, see, they were concluding the season, so.
Yeah, you had a chance. Anyway, yeah. So everyone knows that Miku, the Hinata type,
yeah,
and everyone's favorite, likes the main character. She's just never said it, and the main character obviously he knows, but she's never said it, so it's like he doesn't acknowledge it. He doesn't really care about love and stuff. He just wants to study.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that, like, going through school and all that, but then again, I didn't have much girls coming my way, so you might as well want to say something if you notice it, Like, I mean, I'm not saying go be abrasive with
He doesn't really make any, like, advances towards the girls either. Like, he sees them a lot in, like, a teacher-student relationship, and I think that's why, even though they're all in the same grade and in the same class. But that's how he views the relationship. So he's not, trying to be weird about anything. And then they all just kind of fall for him because, he tries so hard to help them. Oh, they need a tutor because they're all stupid.
Like, how stupid we talking?
Like collectively between the 5 of them, they score 100.
So each of them would get a 20.
On average, yes, but like, it's not evenly distributed like that. But yes,
Jesus.
Like one of them, Yotsuba, she gets like an 8. The other one gets like a 30, I think. So it's like it's varied like that, but averaging about 20, all of them. They all obviously it's symbolic of all 5 of them are equal up to one person, but through the story, they're all gonna like figure out how to be their own person and.
Okay, you know what? I mean,
that's very detailed.
yeah, you know what it is. The fact that I'm talking with you about it, the show obviously has some merit. But I can see where they're going with that part as far as the them being a collective and all that. And also I understand the whole thing about them being like not not being good at school. I mean, that's one thing I kind of understand. I mean, I wasn't the best.
I
was average. I'm gonna say that I didn't get like 10s.
Yeah, you do what you can. It's kind of hilarious how all of them are so trash at school, but like you would assume that they'd be smarter.
Yeah.
And they all have one subject that they do exceptional in.
See, that's how school works. Like, you find that one thing.
But not even like exceptional, like really good. Exceptional, like they're passing barely.
And I understand that.
In one subject.
Yes, in one subject. I understand that. I'm not saying I was like that, but I understand it. I understand it.
It's a good show all around. Obviously, a far cry from your battle shonen demon stuff, but
yeah, but again, it sounds like it's a good watch, at least for again for my leisure.
Yeah. It's like a romance drama kind of thing. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's comedy, really good comedy. Yeah, that's quintessential quintuplets.
Yeah.
At the end of the 2nd season, I just want to put this in really quick. It's very obvious to me that Itsuki is probably going to be the winner and marry the guy in the end. But, there's another character, Nino, who is the tsundere. Who is the most bold, and I'm not going to go on a whole rant about that because we're wrapping this up. But I really quick wanted to say, Miku's cool. She's my 2nd favorite. Ichika's my favorite. I know she's fucked up. Oh well.
I mean, I'll understand it whenever I get the time to watch it.
But it seems like Itsuki's gonna win because she's like always the main poster, whatever. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Okay.
What you got?
Let's see here. Dr. Stone.
Ah, yes. Dr. Stone, The Stone Wars aired. Do you want to...
Yeah. Again, picking up from what all happened as far as, like, the first season, Senku, basically, he traveled to this one village and basically used them to, like, develop these, modern-day contraptions, but, like... sort and you know
using the resources to kind of make
with the resources
things
around them pretty much like, and it's not really modern, but like it's the stuff like basically he's using the stuff around him, like the food, the what is it, like
all the rocks and minerals and all the
lights,
basic
like
science principles,
and all that.
Yeah.
While his two friends, it was Taiju and Yuzuriha. I'm surprised I remember that name.
I was just gonna say that girl with the headphones that are made of stone.
Yeah, it's just, for some reason she has those. But they decided to do like pretty much double agent work and go to Tsukasa's, army or empire, pretty much. What's going on there? And basically what's happening between Senku and Tsukasa is that Senku is looking to revive all of the humans, while Tsukasa is looking to revive the ones that matter.
The ones that matter.
And quote unquote matter.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because he sees like there are some that that are worth saving versus the ones that are just absolute trash in this world. Like probably by the time you're hearing this, it's 2021. About some of the stuff going on in this world, and possibly internet, YouTube, if you know about a few things that are happening currently. But that there are some terrible people in this world. Would I wish death upon them? That's a bit of a stretch. Although I wouldn't, honestly, if they died, I'm not like spilling, like, I'm not like sad. I'm going to be sad over them. No.
Yeah, I get it. I understand.
No.
There are some trash people in the world.
There are. But basically, that's his whole ideal. Versus Senku, who is looking to revive all humans so they can, I guess, basically work in like a way that progress them.
Yeah. So it's funny because they both. I'm about to go off on a whole thing. Okay, so Senku's idea, his philosophy is just like, I am not like in the position to judge what another person did or hasn't done in their past in their life. I'm just gonna let them I still want them to like live. I don't want to be the one making the decision on whether or not this person dies. So it's just like, let's just revive everyone. Fuck it, just whatever. And Tsukasa's like, no, we should revive good-natured people, good-hearted people, mainly like the youth. All these old fuckers gotta die. Like, it'll be all right. We can build this new world with new laws and not have to subscribe to the old way. Not a terrible idea. I see where he's coming from. The only thing I will say, like, they both ideas have flaws, obviously.
Yeah.
I think you should selectively choose who you bring back, but then I also don't think you should like be as extreme to be like an entire section of people that you can't fairly judge because you don't know them.
Yeah.
Like, just axe them off. That's not cool. But Senku's just like, let's revive everyone. He doesn't do that. Like,
no.
He specifically looks for people who have the talents or have, certain qualities or elements that he could use.
Yeah, so basically in a similar way to what Tsukasa's doing, but except not as far as like
smashing the statues and being like, I'm never gonna revive you. He's just
I was just talking about them like choosing like the people to revive. For Senku, it's people that will help him progress like as a civilization. Tsukasa, same thing, but in terms of his way, like
he wants people he can control
and just have more of the physical ability. That's what I saw in the main people that he brought back.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of his background army people were just like muscle heads.
Yeah, versus the ones that actually. Okay, I don't want to say matter, but but
you're
the
right,
ones
though.
the ones that they focus more on, the Nickies, the guy with the insane hearing ability.
Yeah, he's really cool.
the cop guy who got that. I forgot. Yo, is his name Yo?
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah, he's an odd one.
He's very odd. He has some scenes where it's just like, you're a. I don't know. He's like that guy who's like. He's like behind the bully and he's like, yeah, punch him in the face. And then the bully gets beat and he's like, I don't even know why he did that. Like,
that, yeah, and plus just his backstory. I'm like, I want to know how the heck he got in to the actual force, because the way he handled like his interrogations, like beating the shit out of like, the suspect he's interrogating.
yeah.
And then the other guys, his teammates trying to, get him back, and he's swinging at them too. It's just like,
yeah, how does he keep that job?
Like,
Listen,
the
cops don't get fired.
yeah, this dude's a loose cannon. It's a bit like over the top for like his whole character, but you can see kind of some similarities as far as that with the real world there.
Yeah. I mean, outside of anime, obviously, the Derek Chauvin results of his trial came out, and he's guilty on all charges. That's amazing.
Yes.
I don't know like what the actual sentencing is or how long he's going to be in.
Yeah, no.
But I do like that he was actually convicted.
As far as
first step in a very long journey.
yeah, and
I feel like this is taking a little bit too long. Like a year to convict this man.
I mean, when the stuff like
When
the evidence,
entire world has watched the video.
yeah, the evidence is pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But that's just our little touch up on that part. But
Yeah, we're not getting too political on this podcast. At least
yeah, not yet. But Yo, he's an odd one. And now I think he's working with Senku and them, right?
Yeah. So obviously, at the end, Senku outsmarts Tsukasa and the spear guy.
Yeah.
Senku outsmarts everyone. He wins the war. He He gets his truce with Tsukasa.
The spear guy didn't like that.
No, the spear guy did not like that, so he went and tried to kill.
Senku first, because he sees him as more of a threat.
Yeah, Senku. Well, yeah, when you're that smart.
Yeah, but Tsukasa basically
made a bomb out of a paper airplane. Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah, that's pretty dangerous. He's a pretty.
We can't just let this man live. What the?
Yeah, basically, Tsukasa basically took that hit, and it was basically fatal.
Yeah.
And the way it played out, it seemed like he was going to die, but basically they're thinking up of this other way to, I guess have him revived.
Yeah, so I'm ahead in the manga, so I'm not going to spoil any anime watchers, but so he gets cryogenically frozen at the end of this season. So he's on ice, barely alive, kind of not alive, but
Yes.
He was instantly frozen. So
yeah. So basically, with all that time.
Yeah, the idea is to find a way to turn him into stone and then revive him again with the revival fluid. Will they do that? Find out next episode.
Next episode, yeah, right. It's probably going to be turned to like main goal type shit, but no,
I really enjoyed the season.
Yeah, I did too. It's if anything, it was pretty interesting there as far as like some of the characters that that were introduced there.
I liked what was I gonna say? I liked some of the contraptions that they built. They built a car.
Yeah, they built a fucking car. Tank. And the tank. I was more I was more surprised by the tank.
Yeah, because dude made like armor out of, what was it, paper?
Yeah, paper, but he did it in a way where
it was like super strong.
Yeah, super strong yet super light. And I wish I remember how it went, because
it's definitely one of those things that I would want to try.
Yeah, definitely, I would want to try it. It seems like something like a home project, but
Yeah. And then obviously, they made the cell phone, and Senku always comes up with some of the most interesting things to make.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah, he did make the phone. He made
A record player.
Yeah, the record player, dude. The record player for sure. But it can only play there's only one record out there right now.
Yeah.
And basically his reasoning for it is that the actual like process of making that, it's
beyond what they're capable of right now.
I
guess
impossible.
He just doesn't want to focus on that either.
Yeah, is it because that stuff's not his interest? So
yeah. So overall, I say Stone Wars was a good season for Dr. Stone. Just because I know what happens in the manga a little bit later on, I can tell you it gets way more interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you stuck around for this, you should stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah, I am. I definitely am. It's just I don't know. I'm probably gonna read the manga more. Pretty soon. I say that, I have been saying that for a minute, not on here, but
yeah,
to you. But there's a lot of stuff I gotta read because I'm hearing stuff about that's happening in other stuff like My Hero right now.
Yeah, I haven't read the latest chapter, but it's good stuff. I think they're in the final arc right now.
Yeah, it's near an end game. I'm not gonna say anything because who knows, it might be spoilery.
Yeah.
But
okay, what's another show? I did watch the second season of Beastars. Really good. You should watch it.
Okay.
Not as compelling as the first season, I think, but still really interesting. A lot of great characters. I think it stayed with the amount of quality that it had.
Okay.
There was this show called X-Arm that you should definitely not watch.
Watch the first episode and get mad, or the first trailer and get mad. Especially if you're know anything about either CG or
any kind of animation. It's terrible. It's honestly terrible. They they put 2D characters and they have a CG model of another character. They're supposed to be in the same universe. It's so weird. Just avoid it completely.
Yeah, think of the first episode of Golden Kamuy, but 10 times worse. Yeah. Even more if you want to.
And I like Golden Kamuy. Golden Kamuy is a great series.
Yeah, no, it is.
That CG, no, it did not blend with the 2D at all.
No,
it was really bad.
It was Jesus Christ.
Actually, Berserk 2016, it may be worse than that.
I've seen little clips, but I've not actually watched it. I was just I'm gonna back off from that as well as the anime and just read the manga.
Definitely, not worth the time. There was another show that I watched called Horimiya. It's really good. It's about these seniors in high school, falling in love, doing things, romantic comedy. Very nice. I recommend everyone watch it.
All right.
Another show. Jakuchara Tomazaki-kun.
All right.
Dude kind of gamifies social interaction. What's his tagline? It's life is the shittiest game or whatever. But then this girl who's also a gamer, she's you haven't even started playing. And then he's you know what? I will. So she kind of helps him helps him level up his social skills. And it's a very interesting way that they go about it because it's all kind of phrased in sort of a gaming sort of way.
Yeah.
Because it's cool.
Think of these certain social attributes as RPG attributes, and you're basically just working yourself to
you're
basically
building
build those
character.
up. Yeah.
So that was interesting.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll definitely give that a shot. Shoot.
There was this Ramune show. It's like sort of like a spiritual doctor or whatever. I don't know. It's like weird, crazy spirit ghost shit happens to people, and then he fixes them. That's the whole show.
Oh, okay.
But it's a very quirky kind of thing. Just as an example, the first episode, the girl cries condiments. So like ketchup for mustard and that stuff will come out of her eye instead of her crying actual tears.
Mustard would hurt though.
Yeah. It's not, and she also does like barbecue sauce. I think it's like random condiments come out when she. Yeah.
Okay, if it's barbecue sauce, then I get her to cry pretty much.
But yeah, and then they solve it by whoa, what happened in that episode? They solve it by she has to her mother is the one who pushes pressure on her because she's an actress, and she really just wanted approval from her mom, and
okay.
to be looked at more than just like something to get money. So they could have their whole little emotional whatever. They get past it. Oh, mom's gonna be a good mom now, and hey, daughter can cry regular tears again.
So wait, was that like the reason why she was crying condiments? Because of that whole.
Yes. So weird, stressful things like manifest in these magical spirituality ways that are weird in that universe, like her crying condiments. And other stuff happens in other episodes, but the spirit doctor guy, he's all like, "Yeah, I can fix that." That's his thing. It's a pretty funny premise. Like I said, I enjoyed the show, but I dropped it because to me it just didn't. It didn't maintain enough interest for me to continue. It was very very what's the word? Like a weekly whatever, like how like in some shonens like it feels like there's a monster of the week. It felt like there's a disease of the week, and we're just going through that.
Oh, so like I'm trying to think of a show that's like that. I should know of a show that's kind of like that, where it goes like this kind of like same like premise of the show, but like basically they do it weekly.
Yeah.
I feel like I know a show that's like that, but I'm just not.
I mean, we could probably name a million shows. Pokemon, I think Detective Conan.
Yeah, they basically go by cases through like each episode. So yeah.
So stuff like that. It's like very weekly. I was bored, so I couldn't. But pretty solid premise. The main spiritual doctor guy is kind of funny, so yeah, not bad.
Yeah, if anything, I'm interested in like the no sense like this spiritual stuff like makes like crying condiments. Like.
Yeah, and that's just like the first step.
Yeah. All right.
So next we have to talk about this little show. Would you like to talk about it?
Yeah. Well, first things first, like this one I do not recommend at all. I really don't. In fact, I'd say steer clear of it. I watched it because of, one, people were talking about how controversial it was compared to Goblin Slayer. Well, first episode, actually, because if you know about Goblin Slayer, you know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, this one's a bit more over the top in that certain controversial scene, or the aspects of that scene. And basically that goes on for like each episode. I'm talking about Redo of Healer.
Yes. A lot of non-consensual things happen.
Yeah, I'm really trying hard to like censor this.
I'm not gonna say the word because I don't want YouTube to be like push down our video.
Yeah, no, but, I'm not gonna say it. No, I'm not gonna.
But you guys know what we're talking about.
Yeah, if you know the name, heard a little bit about it, you know what we're talking about. But honestly, the only thing that kept me going through this through this this thing, the show,
Yeah.
was basically what happened. Well, basically what's happening with like the main characters, where it's like him getting his revenge from the people who did him the same way. So that's basically, and I know it's kind of weird saying that, but it's him basically just getting his revenge and how he goes about being this hero. That was the only things that kind of kept me going and watching it, but like,
Yeah.
as far as everything else in there, like it's what I think. Like after the intro, like in like one episode, you like get greeted to a scene of them, out of like him and his teammates out in the woods, just
Enjoying themselves.
yeah, very well, enjoying themselves very, very well.
Yes. So let's back up a little bit. We'll just lay down the plot real quick. Read of a Healer is set in this fantasy world where
Yeah, technically this is not isekai.
it's not. No, this is his native world.
Yeah, this just has a lot of isekai like traits as far as like magic and stuff.
Exactly, and there's like dragons and all that, yeah, and demons and stuff. Yeah, so he's in that kind of fantastical world. There's magic and shit, and there's only like 4 heroes in the whole world or something, some very low number.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, one day he finds out he's a healer. He's a hero, and his hero attribute is healing.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's so awesome! I'm one of the 10 special people in the world. I don't know, whatever small number. And he goes off to the big kingdom, and they're all like, "Oh, hey, you're a hero."
Yeah, they get him to like help out, as far as like their injured soldiers and whatnot.
Yeah,
Specifically, this one badass swordsman girl.
yeah,
And this is his first time ever using the healing ability, actually. And he does it. And Lord behold, he not only heals the person, but he experiences the pain and basically the experience of what all went down as, they got that injury.
yeah. So the idea is that he does experience the pain and everything, but he also absorbs all of their knowledge and all of their skills and everything, all their memories and stuff from healing them. He gets everything.
Which kind of is odd because I don't see healing in that way. But
So I had a very roundabout way to explain how that worked, but I cannot for the life of me remember the explanation I came up with. But I guess to heal things, you have to understand how they were made in the first place and then work from there to get it back to an original state. To the state that you would want it to be at. So with that, you can do a bunch of things. I don't know. His power is healing, but in all honesty, they just gave him the biggest copy steal ability,
yeah,
and he's OP. He's OP. No one knows he's OP, but he's OP. They just think he's can only heal them, and that's all he's good for.
but no, the ability actually goes deeper than that, and not only in the way that you kind of sort of explain that, but also he can revert it back to that to
To a damaged, messed up state.
yeah, or if it had well, I don't know,
He can do a lot of things.
yeah, a lot of things just by saying heal.
That
Just
was
by
ridiculous.
saying heal. Let's be real here, man.
In the manga, they're given different titles, but in the show, he just says heal.
Yeah, and honestly, it's kind of like
It's confusing. Because he says heal when he's touching someone, and then they fucking explode, and you're like, I don't think you fixed it.
yeah, no, same thing with his appearance. Because again, he gets a whole different body and stuff and face just to keep himself from looking the same way he does. Because obviously,
So yeah,
he's a wanted
we
man.
skirted over some details on why he would need to change his face and all that.
Yeah.
So
Basically, all that. Basically, with him, not finally finding out how his ability works, he is scared shitless of it and doesn't
'Cause
want
it
to do it.
hurts.
Yeah, it hurts
it's a lot,
Yeah.
but they have no sympathy for him.
Yeah, no. So basically, when he said he doesn't want to do this, they basically drugged him.
And non-consensually do things.
Yeah, do things to him to force him to basically use his ability.
Yeah, they kind of break him, like his mind break. Again, he acts like a dog. Yeah, they make him act like a dog, and this goes on for 8 years in the original timeline, I think. Some long amount of time.
Jesus.
Yeah, was it 8 years? It could have been like 4 years. I don't know. Some long amount of time he went under this abuse of them forcing drugs on him and doing those things.
Yeah.
And all types of physical beatings and all that stuff for a very long time. And when eventually he gets his mind back, his sanity back, he still has to act this way for a little bit longer before he can exact his master revenge plan.
Yeah, which doesn't get executed until like this very like big battle with this demon lord.
Yeah.
God, they use that so much. But
Yes.
yeah, basically, like all the rest of the heroes, which are basically 3 now, because it's the princess, it's the
There's
blade
like a
hero,
magician,
and then
there's a sword person, there's a gun person, and then there's him.
Yeah, those basically are the 4 heroes. But yeah, 2 of them are pretty much down and out, and it's just the princess who recruited him, and she's trying to get him to
Heal the other
work
ones.
his magic, and he's just like, that's when his like facade is over. Pretty
He
much.
stands up, he's like
Yeah, like
all according to plan.
yeah, like it went from helpless to like this like conniving, this like deviant little thing. But
And
yeah,
then he like fucking takes out the demon lord. Like, hold on, why? We're not gonna get into the logic issues here, but yes, he waits till his teammates are down, and then he goes to beat the demon lord.
yeah, and so as he defeated the demon lord and whatnot through healing, he gets the
Philosopher's Stone, the whatever.
That's what they call it.
That's what they called it.
Okay.
It's like a magic gem that he can use to do one wish. So he uses his magic to
basically rewind time.
Yeah. And in this new timeline, he gets his memories from the old timeline. So he will exact his master revenge plan, which includes a lot of non-consensual things.
Yes.
And a lot of killing.
Yeah. It's yeah, and that basically goes on for like the whole like season. This
Yeah, this helpless innocent boy turned into this revenge lust-filled monster.
yeah.
Terrible shit person.
Really
I don't think there's a redeemable character in this show. Not one of them.
I don't think so. I mean,
There's
the
not.
the merchant guy was sort of wholesome, but that's all. But he's just
Fuck capitalism.
there.
Okay, I don't like. I'm kidding. But yeah, I guess he was decent. But he's anime original. He's
Oh, really? That fuck it then.
there's not one redeemable character in.
Whatever.
Hold on. Maybe the Demon Lord.
No, but she has some tendencies too. She was growing some tendencies.
I don't know. I can't remember her doing anything that was like super like bad yet. But everyone else is a terrible person.
Yeah, because what we obviously know about the guy there. I forgot his name.
The main character.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're about to get into some of the stupid shit with this. Okay, so his name is Kayaru, right? Kayaru, the healer hero. And it's when he goes undercover because he gains this ability to change what his fucking face looks like.
Yeah.
And he can also do that for other people too. It's
all?
very convenient, all through healing.
Yeah,
Anyway,
all through healing.
he changes his name from Kayaru to Kayaruga.
Yeah, Kyagura. What? Yeah, that's basically
yeah,
what it is. Like nobody bats an eye.
And he wipes the memory of the flame princess, whatever her name. I think her name was like
Flare. I think it was Flare.
Okay, yeah. Well, it was Flare, and then he changed her name to Freya.
Yeah,
or Freya.
Freya.
Yeah, Freya. And it's just like,
Yeah, nobody's gonna
no
notice.
one, come on, she still has pink hair, bro. Like, what was she doing?
Not a lot of people have that. But yeah, that was basically that's how he gets her on there.
Yeah, she was one of the main people that abused him and was a very bad person in his original timeline. And another thing, he had to make sure that they were bad people before he exacted his revenge. So he waited for them to abuse him and make him take drugs, and
Yeah, he still went through with all that stuff
for 6 months just to make sure they were bad.
I mean,
That's really stupid.
I thought it was supposed to get some of the abilities, but
He didn't have to do that.
he didn't have to do that.
Think about this. He knows what his power feels like. He knows what's going to happen.
Well, not for every experience, though.
No, for every experience, that's how it is.
No,
every time he heals, he feels that.
No, I know, but he didn't feel as much during that time versus the 6 months after.
So,
unless they get the experiences come with him when he made that wish.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so you're right about him gaining skills and stuff. Okay. I'm just saying he didn't have to go and be abused and all that. Here's how, right? He could just not protest to healing people.
True.
It was so simple.
Okay.
Actually, he didn't have to keel over and be like, it hurts. That was all acting because he knew what the fuck it was gonna feel like. And does he act like that for major injuries later on? No, he does it like he doesn't give a fuck. You know why? Because it stopped hurting because he knew it was gonna hurt, what it was gonna feel like. Meaning, if he had just healed the swordswoman, the famous one, he could have just been chill and been like, yeah, all right, well, this is my talent, this is my ability. Actually, if you had shown them that you could copy skills, they wouldn't think you were useless and treat you like a fucking dog. I mean, yes, there's still shit people for doing that, but if they saw that you were powerful, they wouldn't have did that. The reason they treated him like that is because they thought he was a weakling.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Because, he never did tell him about the whole copy thing.
No, not at all. So, logically... What?
Yeah, that's... I guess that's a big dent in that whole plot thing there. Yeah.
The entire thing has dents like that. This is all just some stupid power fantasy. I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy watching it, but for how shit it is, it's that bad.
It is. I'm not gonna lie there.
And obviously, if you're not comfortable with various activities,
yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. Then it would be a hard watch to kind of stomach. It's a lot of gore, a lot of fucked up situations.
Yeah, it's honestly, I'd say don't.
I'd just
don't
say
watch
skip
that.
it. Skip it.
Yeah, don't watch it.
Don't torture yourself like me.
Yeah, no, me neither. Me neither. I won't. I'm done with anything like that again.
Yeah.
Fuck ecchi.
Fuck ecchi. I still like ecchi.
You're that's fine. You can like that. No, I'm not gonna say nothing else about it though.
Oh, that's fair. A couple more shows I want to talk about. There is Kumo desu ka? Nanika, which is So I'm a Spider, So What? Spider isekai, classroom of children, big white lights. They all get reincarnated into this isekai fantasy world. Some of them are like princes and nobles and common folk, I guess, and then some of them turned into monsters. I think one girl's a dragon, another one's like a vampire, and our main chick is Spider, and I like it because there's a lot of humor in the show, and it's nice to see some of the interesting ways she gets out of some of the trouble that she gets into. It's really interesting fights. And there's a mystery about the world where it's just why were we reincarnated? oh, this world's gonna like explode or get destroyed or something.
Yeah.
I can't let that happen. And her gaining power, and then there's like these separate timeline things. It's a very interesting show.
Oh, they actually go over the reincarnation as far as like how that went about.
Yeah, well, a little bit. They've teased it so far, but
Okay.
yeah, it's not like ReZero where it's just like he goes and then it's never questioned again.
Well, yeah, that's true. 'Cause he just popped up there.
He did. And then one more isekai for the season called Mushoku Tensei. And I really enjoy the show. Old otaku guy. Super socially awkward. He's a NEET. He doesn't go outside. He was bullied as a child and is scared of people and outside, so that's a thing. And I think his parents died or someone from the family died, and there was a funeral and he didn't attend, and the family got mad, so they kicked him out of the house. When they kicked him out of the house, he was in the middle of watching something, and
Okay.
So yeah, he gets kicked out, and
Gotta find some way to relieve stress, I guess.
yeah, there's this couple, I think probably like a high school couple. They're like walking in the street, and there's a truck coming. Oh my gosh, they're gonna get run over. So he, pushes them out of the way, and he gets reincarnated into this fantasy world with magic and dragons and shit.
Yeah, typical isekai
How
stuff,
long have we
man.
been talking about that?
That's what happened to like most of them.
Yeah, that is true. But I like this one for different reasons than I like the other ones. Okay.
Okay.
Like, it's animated very nice. The guy's funny because he's a pervert, but like he wasn't like transported into like the body of like someone who's like full grown or anything. He has the mind of like a 32-year-old in like a baby. Like he remembers being like his first memories from reincarnation. Like they don't start over. He's just there. And he's a baby, just born.
Okay, similar to Slime, pretty much.
Kinda.
Because he still remembers his
past life.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's a human, so.
Okay.
And the interesting thing about this is he's not like OP really. He's clearly more talented than like regular kids, but like he's also he's not like extremely like far away from like what's naturally like available for people in this world. If that makes sense. Like he's strong, but he's not like Superman. He's not like no one can touch him. Like
Okay.
he's just above average strong.
All right. I mean,
And smart. He decides to use his reincarnated life to start over as a good person and do things that he feels like are better. That's a good way to say it. It's kind of like a rehabilitation thing where it's like he's learning how to be social. He learns how to go outside. He studies. He actually puts an effort into life. He gets a job, like, to save up for money to go to school and send his friend to school too. Like there's a lot. Like he changes.
Okay, some wholesome stuff in there, not just typical isekai shit.
Yeah, no, but there's definitely a lot of titillation.
All right.
Yeah, like I said, he is a pervert, but
Pervert with the heart.
Yes, exactly.
And there are plenty of those.
Yeah, and the animation's good, so I think you should check it out. What else happened this season? That was pretty much all I paid attention. Oh no, there's a couple other shows, but I'm not really going to mention them. There's The Last Dungeon, funny. Oh, dude, we didn't say anything about Slime. We mentioned it in passing.
Yeah, no, we didn't. What's going on with Slime right now is that what is it? Second? Well, not well. Last season it was the second season that went on, which
Yeah.
I'm still looking at by the time of this recording. I'll be done though by next episode probably, but yeah. As far as this season though,
Are you enjoying it?
yeah, for the most part. I mean, I don't think there's really too much wrong with it. Again, they're holding up with just as good with like the first season.
Yeah, I think the quality is about the same for me. Yeah, it's about the same. I was almost gonna say more, but then I was like, nah. First season had some really great bits too.
Yeah,
So slime maintaining that great slime quality.
yeah.
What's another thing I want to gloss over? Last Dungeon. Kid from the Last Dungeon, RPG world kind of thing. Super strong, funny stuff happens. Yeah, I can't. I can recommend to watch it because it's funny. Just search up Last Dungeon anime, and that's pretty good.
Okay.
This is like Heaven's Designer thing. Just a comedy bit, not super hilarious to me. It's like God has like a staff of people who design what animals look like, and then they test them out on the Galapagos. And,
Okay.
yeah, that's that.
What does God look like?
We haven't. I only watched one episode. Wonder Egg Priority. I didn't actually watch, but I saw the first episode and it was amazing. So I'm gonna catch up on that. And I guess the last thing here, Promised Neverland season 2. That shit show.
Yeah. You can probably talk more about it than me. I've only seen the first episode.
Yeah, so I watched the whole thing. I thought the first episode was fine. Was pretty good. When I watched the first episode, I hadn't read the manga yet, so I was excited to see what happened as soon as the children got out of the orphanage, and seeing what the world has to offer them, that demon world that they're in, and it was alright. They're being chased in these dark woods. Obviously, there's a very heavy element of danger there. First episode was solid to me. Episode 2, 3 is where it starts getting more downhill for me. Basically everything after Sanjo and Mujika.
Those are the two demons that helped him out, right?
Yeah, the two good demons.
Okay.
That helped him out to get to the shelter. And they strayed so far off from that point onward. It was just kind of like, what the fuck? They took entire characters out, entire story arcs out. They rushed through like most of the manga, added in. There's nothing wrong with like taking a source material and then changing it in a way that would fit anime in a better way. I guess. I'm not saying you can't change the story from its original rendition or whatever, but
I mean, One Piece
they did
does
bad.
They did it.
They did it bad.
But yeah, I was just gonna say that One Piece does it quite a bit as far as like, I wouldn't say like changing stuff up, but just like stretching something out.
Yeah, you add in here or there, you make it a little bit more interesting. You add your touch into it. But what The Promised Neverland did was horrendous, and I feel like whoever greenlit that should be smacked in their face.
Okay.
For disrespecting the audience as bad as they did. The last episode, like the last 3 minutes, was a fucking slideshow, and it went over like a whole ton of shit that you would have no idea like what some of these things and elements are without reading the manga. It was just
okay.
like, as if you were just watching the anime and you saw the slideshow at the end, you'd be like, yo, what the fuck is this? Who's that? Why is there water everywhere? What the fuck? Like,
Okay, I can think of it akin to like starting Kingdom Hearts 2 by only just playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and not Chain of Memories, which is basically with Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, they're both on the PS2, but in terms of like story or like plot order, you're supposed to play 1, then Chain of Memories, and 2, but the problem is that Chain of Memories was on the Game Boy Advance.
wow.
Yeah, so most people thought it was a spin-off and they skipped it, which in gameplay it actually was a spin-off. It's basically think of like RPG Yu-Gi-Oh! If that makes any sense. But basically there was a whole basically like people would go into Kingdom Hearts 2 and basically from like even from like the intro stuff, which it does have a long ass intro, but I do love Kingdom Hearts 2. But basically there was a whole bunch of like stuff that happened like in the previous game, Chain of Memories, that were continued on in like the beginning of 2 that people were just questioning. So if anything, I can say it's more in line with that.
Yeah, where it's just like things happened and I didn't know what they happened and you're not giving me very much information. But okay, sure. I guess this is what we're doing.
I don't know if it sure would be okay with me.
No, it's not okay. Obviously, I'm very upset at what they did with season 2 of The Promised Neverland. But I guess that's the reaction that they were hoping for.
Yeah.
I think for The Promised Neverland, it should have been like 3-4 seasons to get the entire story out. I'm not saying you have to have every last detail, every last conversation that was in the manga. You know, that's cool if you want to do it a little bit differently. You want to cut some stuff out, you know, do whatever, add in some other interesting elements. But nope, they kind of took the front half of the story and the back half of the story, chopped everything out the middle, and tried to make it like squeeze in with that, and it was bad.
Yeah, nah. If there's stuff that I'm not understanding, like straight up, or I don't know, I probably get a few hints there because it's been a while since I read the manga, but I have read to like I think it was Goldie Pond.
Yeah, I read all the way to the end, and it was just like there was so much stuff that they cut out and changed. It was just like, why? And they still like try and do like some of the end moment story beats, but they don't have the same kind of impact because like of all the shit that's missing in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, what the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah.
It's
Skip The Promised Neverland season 2. There are only one season exists, and that's the first season. And then just go read the manga.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend reading the manga though.
It's way better experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much everything that I've watched for winter 2021.
JJK, I think we already talked about.
Oh, we talked about that last episode.
Yeah, but I think that's about it for all the stuff we looked at.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm going through this list right now. Yeah. It was a good season. So now we're in spring season. And
honestly, I'm only doing like one right now. That's my hero.
So I'm watching My Hero. I'm watching Shaman King. I'm watching this show called Eden Zero, which is from the same creator as Fairy Tail, the mangaka.
Yeah, Hiro Mashima.
Yes. This season is definitely stacked as well.
Yeah, from what I saw.
There's this one I'm watching. It's called Mashiro no Oto, and like it's this guy. He plays the shimasen. I don't know. It's like a Japanese like stringed instrument. It's
I think I might have seen him before.
it's kind of long, like a banjo, but like they have like a pick that's a like a triangle thing.
Okay, I've probably seen him like it's probably like some feudal stuff like
Yeah. Quality show is amazing. Has already made me shed a tear just in the first episode.
oh.
Yeah. And in the fourth episode. Really good from this season. Megalo Box, every episode feels like a movie. Like, it is so good. Then there's this new show from the creator of Konosuba. Has a lot of the same kind of comedy. It's really funny. I like the premise as well, where it's like the guy is part of an evil organization. And he teleports to another world to take over the world, but before he takes over the world, he has to help them fight the demons that are they're warring with to take over the. It's funny. It's interesting. Yeah. If any of you guys watched SSSS Gridman, there's another show in that universe called under the name SSSS Dynasmon. I don't know how to say it, but I liked the first episode. And Zombieland Saga. It's like a zombie idol show.
What?
It's a zombie idol show. So like these girls died and this guy revives them, turns them to zombies for the sole purpose of them becoming idols. Like, it is a great show. It's a great show. Super hilarious. Look, I don't watch idol shows. That's not my thing. This is the only idol show that I will watch. It is that good.
Okay. All right, I'll take your word for it there, buddy. And then last but not least, My Hero Academia.
Yeah, My Hero, 5th season, you know, they're doing their whole little Class A versus Class B thing right now.
Yeah, basically, and also, Shinso he was introduced 2nd season.
Yep.
Yeah, he's basically making a comeback and actually wants to do this whole hero course thing. Basically, Aizawa took him in, pretty much, and gave him... He's
gave learning how to use the binding cloths.
Yeah.
And it's good stuff so far.
Yeah.
I mean, we're only 4 or 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
For this season so far, but it's good stuff.
Yeah, I would say so. Definitely good stuff. We haven't seen much of the other of the other people in the class, like how much they've improved, but who we've seen though, again, Shinso from the first round.
Yeah.
And we see that he has this I don't know if it's his power, but it's like
it's not his power, it's literally just the mask thing that he's using.
Yeah.
It can basically copy your voice and project out.
And basically that helps with him and his quirk, because basically how it works, basically it's brainwashing, but in order for it to work on the person he wants to brainwash, he needs a response from them.
Yeah.
So basically that's where the what I forgot what he calls it, like something cord. But basically that's where that gadget comes in.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called too, but yeah. Really cool, interesting power. I like a lot of the characters in Class B. I feel like this was their time to get attention and stuff, and so far they're doing a good job.
Yeah. As far as at least the ones that again you don't know that much about. Again, would have never known about that guy with the manga page for a face.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully he gets some shine next episode, but because basically this is all more so about the shadow lurker guy. Basically his whole deal is that basically he can travel through shadows, but depending on the shadow he can manipulate that shadow too.
You're asking the wrong person because I forgot.
No, okay.
Like,
Yeah,
I read the manga like maybe like a very long time ago, so like I have a vague memory of like what's of this specific arc, and I haven't watched the 5th episode yet. But
okay.
yeah,
But yeah, basically him and Tokoyami. I was about to say Dark Shadow.
yeah,
Basically, he has a whole little rivalry going on with him.
yeah,
But basically, thanks to the Shadow Dude's quirk, he can basically try and manipulate Dark Shadow, and and it did work for him, but they also had Hagakure there, and basically she can do this whole light show thing. I forgot what it was called, but I'm just going to call it light refraction. But yeah, I tried to see. You don't remember much of it, do you?
no, I do. As you're talking, I'm picturing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that does happen.
Okay, but yeah, basically through this like light refraction to basically shrink down Dark Shadow to the point where the Shadow Lurker guy goes out of the shadow, but at that point the dude's already on the move, but that pretty much gave Tokoyami, pretty much time to find him, which I forgot how he actually pinpointed him. But we get to see him, actually use a new technique. I forgot what it was called. It's like Fallen Angel something. But basically he uses his Dark Shadow to like, basically in a way of like a cape, if that makes any sense. Basically he's using it to fly.
Yes, yeah, I remember this. Pretty good. I think we're going to see more interesting fights. We're definitely going to see more interesting fights later on, that Shinso and Deku get their rematch eventually.
Yeah, it's freaking Monoma.
That's going to be a really good one.
Yeah. Jeez.
And I'm trying to remember, but I remember most of the bouts that they have were pretty good.
Okay.
And I can't wait to see them animated. Okay, there's one more show I want to mention for spring that is currently airing. I think it's what's the English name? It is Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, or Please Don't Bully Me, Nagatoro. And spineless little bitch boy is gets teased by his kohai. He's in the second year, she's in the first year, so
okay.
And basically he's just really nerdy and very anxious all the time and very nervous, and she feeds off of that like a lot. Like, she enjoys teasing him and bullying him and saying very mean things, and she won't leave him alone. In the first episode, she makes him cry twice.
Okay.
Now, you're probably wondering, why am I watching this when I hate shows like that? The answer is, it doesn't feel as bad. Well, okay, with this show, it's weird, because like there was another show that had a very similar premise that came out, I think, a year or two ago, where it's like these two kids, they liked each other, and they had this thing where they just like, played jokes on each other, but the joke was that the guy never got one over on the girl because the girl's always like a step ahead of him. And that show annoyed me. I didn't like it because it made the guy look so like incompetent and stuff. It was weird because I enjoy this show and it's like pretty much the same premise, but I think maybe it's the art, or the main guy is like so, I don't know. He's if he needs to grow some balls, and I feel like that's what she's trying to do for him, like get him to not be as thing. So it doesn't feel as bad as just the guy being totally incompetent. She is terrible, though.
Okay, I mean, okay. That's one way to go about that, to give a dude some backbone, but,
And she likes him, but, like, it's not obvious.
no, it's not. It's actually a backwards way to go about that.
Yes, well, again, they're kids, so it's like, they're immature.
All right.
Like, she doesn't understand that that's not the proper way to, like, go about, trying to help someone, I guess. And it's also not super cool to, like, tease and bully people, especially when you see that they're uncomfortable. You shouldn't get off on that. That's not cool. But then also, he kind of needs to grow up and not be so... He needs to interact with people more, and he needs to stand up for himself a little bit. Like, actually defend and stop being a wet noodle every time someone does something.
Yeah. I mean, that's one way to go about it. I mean, there is... It's a form of tough love. I don't know. I don't know. It's like the whole, like, well, not the whole premises, but because it's understandable, but it's just odd. It's just odd.
It's an odd premise, yes. I watch a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I watch everything. Like, there's no genre I won't touch. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that is a trait that I do respect from you. Even though I will not have that same trait.
That's fair. It's just, I don't know. It's like you have an automatic filter for bullshit, and then mine is just like, let's try it. It still might be all right.
And I don't know, if I notice right there that I don't like it, it's just like well, it depends on like what I'm digesting as far as like a series,
I totally understand. Like, I used to have a very strict, I don't watch mecha, and I don't watch, like, slice of life. But there have been mecha shows that I've watched that I'm just like, you know what? Maybe I should watch some more mecha. Like, they're interesting. Mm-hmm. And there's been slice of life shows where it actually just was kind of calming to watch and, like, nice and enjoyable. So, even from genres that I'm not particularly a super fan of, I find things that I enjoy. So that's why I give everything a chance.
Yeah. Again, I respect that. But yeah, just not me though.
That's fair.
But yeah, I think that's about all for
That's all for winter and everything I'm currently watching for spring.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some stuff that I need to catch up on though, but yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I still want to watch and I have to go back to, and there's a shit ton of anime. Like,
yeah,
we're never not gonna be like, we're never gonna be like, I've seen everything I wanted to see, because like, there's too much.
Wanted to, yes. Everything, no.
There's a lot of stuff that I want to see, but
that's where we differ there.
Really?
Yeah, like you versus me, I have like, there's not like a lot of stuff that I would want to see. But again, there's some stuff on there that do like pique my interest, and I'll just look at those set few.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, again, that's just how I guess that's just how I give, like, I guess, news shows a chance. Yeah.
It's gotta, like, pass a certain level of thing before you, like, decide to, like, spend your time on it. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Ready to wrap it up?
Yeah. You already know where to look for us. If not on YouTube, on the Instas and the Facebooks and the Twitters and all that. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to look at more of our episodes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just leave your opinion in the comment section. We'll love to hear it.
Yeah, definitely. You said everything, dude. You got it. All right.
Yeah, that was almost no pauses there.
Becoming an actual YouTuber over here. Okay.
Yeah, soon we're not gonna actually be doing this anymore, but
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, this is Seven Chambers SG out.
And Conan out.